They say you can't love two people at the same time, but I did. So let me see how to say this, but one love was steady, tied to vows, family, history. He was the one that I did life with, shared bank accounts, shared bedtime routines, had kids with, but I often felt invisible, like I could just disappear and he would never know. If something was going on with me, he would never know. And that was really frustrating. If I was upset, he wouldn't recognize it. But the other love was unexpected. It was, those moments that he saw me and he slowed down. He was present. He asked real questions, like he was really interested in, hey, I'm going to take the time to get to know you. So he felt like a breath of fresh air when I was drowning in being invisible and not connecting with my husband. I wasn't trying to cheat. I was trying to feel alive again. And that feeling can be very, very addictive. So let's break it down a little bit further into what that looks like. So you can love two people at the same time because one has different needs. So think about it like this. Different needs equal different attachments. You can feel love for your husband because of your history together, because of your shared life, your, family, kids, your commitment, all the things. But then someone else comes along and meets a part of you that's been starving or missing those unmet needs. So one love feels safe and the other love feels seen. You feel chosen, wanted. So it's not really about choosing between two men per se. It's about wrestling with two versions of yourself. That one that wants to be, the woman who keeps the family together, who goes to church, who, that woman that aches to feel alive and say there's more to me than just being a mom or a housewife. So let's look at it a little bit. I want you to be able to see those differences and, tell me what you think about it. Tell me what your thoughts are. Do you think that love for your husband is familiar, with the history that you've built, the life you've built together, the family that you have, the kids, the photos, inside jokes, shared passwords, all the memories that you have with your spouse. Those things can feel very safe, routine, normal. It's a commitment. You show up every day, even when the spark is gone, and you honor the routine and the responsibility. You know what bills are due. You just have this life together. And it can even be, hey, I know what their favorite coffee is. I know what their favorite lunch is. You carry the weight of the home together most of the time. Comfort, however, you don't need to explain yourself. You've just already lived so much together, so it becomes comfortable. It becomes familiar. But with the affair partner, it can start to feel like excitement, of course. You know, we're not roommates with this person. We're become, you know, now I feel like we're lovers. We're not companions. We're not caretakers. We're not all this stuff. We actually get to be who we want to be. The parts of us that got buried under schedules and routines and familiarity is not there with him. You love your spouse, but they don't see who you really are at some point, especially when you're in an affair. And this is just me saying what was going on with me, what was happening in my mind. So the love for the affair partner just awakens this part of you that seems to have been dead for a long time. He notices when you change your hair. He notices what you're wearing. He notices your new perfume. All of those things feel easy. All of those things are exciting, and it's nice. It's the validation. He says the things that your heart has been longing to hear for so long that your husband stopped saying. You know, it's your eyes are beautiful, or you're so beautiful, or you're just everything I ever wanted, and all I need is you. It's the presence when he sits with you and it feels like you're the only person in the room and no one else exists. This is the difference between loving your husband and loving your affair partner. It's knowing that there is a difference, that you can actually love two people at the same time. With your affair partner, you feel desired, you feel chosen, you feel seen, not just for what you do, but for who you are. In the marriage, it's just comfortable. This is what we've become. This is our relationship. So I just wanted to let you know a little bit about what it looked like for me to love two people at the same time. And sometimes the stress of checking your phone and the emotional highs and the devastating lows and the overwhelming guilt, that accompanies an affair. So an affair is not just, hey, this person sees me, but oh my gosh, who are we hurting? Oh my gosh, I have to look at my phone 1,000 times a day. But just know that you're not alone. If you're asking, hey, can this really happen? Yes, it can really happen. You can really love two people at the same time. So just remember, you're not torn between two men. You're torn between two versions of yourself. And it's important to figure out how to reconcile those versions without being in an affair. Hope that helps you.